We have a mostly agreed, we have most agreements except for conservatorship and retroactive support. I will read the agreed portions and then take testimony on the two issues that are non-agreed. Parties agree that there's been no acts of family violence between them in the last 2 years, and there's no request for non-disclosure.
I disagree on that. I disagreed on that.
Go ahead, Ms. Atafi.
Thank you, Your Honor. Parties state that Mr. Juarez lives in Arizona, and parties are in agreement for Mr. Juarez to have the standard possession for over 100 miles. Parties are in agreement for no geographic restriction as Mr. Juarez lives out of town. Mr. Juarez is employed at $20 an hour, full-time, 40 hours a week, and that he has one other minor child that he was given credit for. Parties are in agreement for child support to be set at $490 a month beginning May 1st, 2025. Parties are in agreement for medical support to be set at $156 a month beginning May 1st, 2025. Child is currently on the government medical plan. Parties are in agreement for court costs to be billed to the father today. And I'll take testimony as to the contested parts. Ms. Hernandez, can you please state your full name?
My name is Jeannette Hernandez.
Name and age of your children.
Braden Wattis, and he is 7 years old.
Ma'am, did you hear the portions that I read as an agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those still your agreements?
Yes.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
And when you had your child, did Mr. Juarez sign an acknowledgement of paternity?
Yes, via birth certificate.
The document that says he acknowledges paternity at the
Yes.
time that you had your child. Okay. Now let's talk about the non-agreed portions. The state's asking to set child support at $490 a month beginning May 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that?
Yes, ma'am.
And the state's asking to set medical support at $156 a month. Are you in agreement to that?
Yes.
Are you in agreement to be joint managing conservators with Mr. Juarez?
Yes.
So you're able to make decisions together with Mr. Juarez?
My part, yes.
Okay.
Recently we had a fallout. I'm currently pregnant and I'm about to have my child this week. I reached out to Mr. Wattis that I wanted to have a conversation with him through the phone. I was trying to get an agreement with him about getting my son over the summer. He did not want to cooperate. He did not want to have a conversation through the phone. He wanted to have everything via text message. And I feel like it needed to be a conversation over the phone to where we both agree. We set up a time, a date, and he just did not agree with it. The last time he did get Braden, before he was flying out, he blocked my number, and it just caused a whole commotion. But I am willing for him to have Braden and have visitation rights.
Okay, Miss Hernandez, we're not talking about the visitation rights. You two agreed for him to have the state standard possession. We're talking about conservatorship. So are you no longer wanting to be sole managing conservator, which means you make the decisions for the child's day-to-day activities solely?
Okay, no, I don't. I want to be conservatorship.
Okay. You want to be sole managing conservator, is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. The state calculated 7 months of retroactive child support from October 2024 to present at $3,430 and to be repaid at $68 a month beginning May 1st, 2025. Are you in agreement to that?
Yes,
And October 2024 is when the period where Mr. Juarez ceased to give you assistance.
yes.
And since October 2024, he's not giving you any money. Is that correct?
No, he did pay, the last payment I received from him was February the 21st, 2025.
And how much did he give you at that time?
He gave 150.
Okay. So you're willing to give him $150 credit.
Yes,
But other than that, through the period of October 2024 till now, you've not received anything other than the 150.
yes,
Okay. So you're in agreement for a child support judgment of $3,280 a month. Is that correct?
yes.
Okay. Pass the witness. I'm sorry. Ms. Hernandez, has there been any acts of family violence between you and Mr. Juarez in the
Um,
last 2 years?
yes. Not physical. He would probably claim through the phone. We try to contact each other through phone and it just leads into an argument.
Okay.
And so that's it. But he lives in Arizona. I'm in Texas. I'm not
Okay.
near him.
Do you have any safety concerns with him knowing your address or phone number?
I do.
Are you asking for non-disclosure of your address or your phone number or both?
Both.
But there's been no acts of family violence in the last 2 years, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, I pass the witness, Your Honor. Mr. Juarez,
Yes.
can you please state your full name?
Alexander Antonio Juarez.
Sir, when your child was born, did you sign an acknowledgement of paternity stating that you were the father?
Yes.
Sir, earlier I read terms as an agreement. Are those still your agreements?
Can we repeat those agreements?
Okay, I will. You're employed, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, you make $20 an hour, is that correct?
Yes.
You have one other child, one other minor child.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you currently live in Arizona?
That's correct.
You and the mother in agreement for you to have a standard possession order for visitation for over 100 miles.
I believe so, but I would like to see if I could request for an election schedule.
Okay, but you're in agreement for the state
Yes.
standard, is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
You're in agreement to pay child support in the amount of $490 a month beginning May 1st, 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're in agreement to repay the cash medical at $156 a month beginning May 1st, 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
The retroactive child support period is October 2024 to present. And the state's calculated retroactive support at $3,280. Are you still in agreement to that amount?
No.
Okay. You're in agreement for no geographic restriction, is that correct?
Correct.
And core cost billed to you today, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, those were the agreed terms. We can discuss the non-agreed terms after. So the agreed terms, are you still in agreement with those?
Yes.
And do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
Yeah,
And are you asking the court to accept the agreed terms?
and that's to agree everything that we just spoke about, right? With the monthly
Just
pay
the
and everything.
agreed terms. Yes, we haven't talked about the ones you don't agree.
Okay, yes,
Okay, now let's talk about the ones you don't agree to. You're not in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator, is that correct?
that's correct.
But you live in a whole other state, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and even so, you're wanting to be named joint managing conservators with her?
yes,
Do you believe that you're able to make decisions together with Ms. Hernandez?
most definitely.
Do you two already communicate regularly?
Um, we have our. I'd rather not speak about it because that has nothing to. I mean, we're here to talk about numbers, and so it's just a long story, and I know it won't get nowhere.
Okay, but you want to be joint managing conservators, but you don't want to speak on whether you can communicate with her
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah,
best interest
yeah,
of your child?
yes. No, I do. I definitely got to speak. Got to communicate. Yes, I would love to speak, communicate.
Are you able to do so now? Are you able to communicate effectively with her right now?
Yeah, as long as I mean, yeah, as long as she doesn't come assaulting me and stuff like that. I sent all my documents to y'all's email. I have all my proof. I already sent it on
Okay,
there, so that
okay,
proves my communication with her.
okay. So you are not in agreement for her to be sole managing conservator, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, now let's talk about the retroactive support. Have you given her any supports from the period of October 2024 to present?
Yes, yes, I have.
Have you given her more than the $150 that she stated?
That was my last transactions to her,
Okay.
and I would also
Ha-
like to request for some for credit.
Hold on, sir. So other than the $150 that she stated, have you given financial supports to her for your child, excuse me, from October 2024 to present?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've given her about. I calculated about $3,076. That's how much I've given her since from October till February, I believe 21st.
You said 3,000,
76.
$3,076.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're asking to be given a credit for that amount.
Uh, no, I'm actually asking credit for the incident that we had back in October. I had flew
Okay,
into
sir, let's talk about the financial part.
yes, ma'am.
You said you gave $3,076 financial help to her for your child from October, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any um documentation such as Zelle, Cash App to show that you've made these payments to her?
Cash app.
You do?
Yeah, cash app.
And are you able to send those to me?
She also has the copies too.
Are you able to send them to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So are you asking for no retroactive support to be set at this time?
If anything, if I owe anything, I would just say like from March, the period of March of this year.
Okay, how much do you believe you owe?
If we're going with 490, I would go with 490 to make it fair.
You believe you owe her $490 only in retroactive support?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, has there been acts of family violence between you and Ms. Hernandez in the last 2 years?
Yes, sir, I have.
And for the incident you're speaking of, was the police called?
We did not call the police.
Okay,
I,
so there were no charges filed?
there was no charges filed.
Okay,
I did send a video. Like I said, I had tried to gather as much as information where I could send all my evidence. Child support did provide an email, and I sent all my evidence to that email.
so are you asking for a finding of family violence today?
Come again?
Are you asking the courts for a finding of family violence today?
Not today. As of today,
Okay.
no.
Do you have any safety concerns with Ms. Hernandez knowing your phone number or your address?
Not at all.
Okay, and
No.
are you in agreement for Ms. Hernandez's address and phone number to be for her to have a non-disclosure of her address and phone number?
As of like, I don't get to know where she lives, and
Yes, you will not have we will not put her address or phone number in today's court order. Yes, that's what she's requesting.
I disagree with that.
Okay. Okay, I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, I've got a couple questions so I can make a decision here. Mr. Hernandez, I guess y'all separated in October of 2024, but I thought I heard you saying he stopped paying in February of 2025, which I think is similar to what Mr. Wattis is saying. So I guess I don't understand here. If there was just one payment you're saying he made in February 2025, or was he paying consistently some amount of money between October and February and then it just stopped? Is that what you're saying, or are you saying he only paid $150?
Okay, so I moved out November 26, 2023. From November to October 24, he was helping financially. And then October was the last time I received any payment. So then February, I received a one-time payment.
Okay. So you're saying between October of 2024 and February of 2025, or I should say between October 2024 and today, the only payment you received was $150?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. So Mr. Waters, look at your Cash App there. Anything before October 2024, I'm not really asking you about. I don't care. She's basically saying you'll have a zero balance as of October 2024. So look at your Cash App there and tell me if there have been any payments since October 2024 other than the $150. Or go ahead and walk me through if you like. October 2024, how much did you pay?
So my last payment was actually in December.
I didn't ask that, sir. I asked you what you
Oh,
paid in October 2024.
October 2024. October 2024. I paid you mean for the whole month? Or
Yes.
that one day?
No.
For the whole month? No, that one day, I paid her 138.
For October?
October 24.
I don't care
On
the
that.
date, sir. I'm asking you about the month. So you paid 138 for October, or you made other payments in October?
I made other payments. I'm
okay.
calculating right now. 1, 2. I made 1, 2. It was 2 payments of 138.
Okay. And this is 2024, not 2023, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What'd you pay for November of 2024?
November 2024, I didn't pay nothing. I was laid off.
Okay. What about December 2024?
December, I paid 138.
One time?
Yes, sir.
What about January of 2025?
January 2025. No, I don't have nothing.
No payment?
No, sir.
February 2025?
February 2025, it was a one-time payment. That was the 150.
Okay. That's the only payment that February?
Yes.
And then what about March? Have you paid anything for March?
No.
Okay. Right. Making a ruling here that there's been no family violence within the last 2 years. I'm not granting either one of any non-disclosure request if there hasn't been a family violence order or any family violence finding by another court, and you haven't presented, neither one of you are presenting me any evidence of there being any family violence today, then I'm not making a finding of that. And both your addresses should be included in the order, as well as your phone numbers. You're both saying you want to communicate better. Y'all don't live in the same state, so that makes it really difficult already. And then if you want me to put your address as secret, that makes it even worse. So it doesn't make sense. You'll need to share each other's addresses and phone numbers, and you need to have conversations, not just text conversations. Y'all have to improve your communication, and that goes both ways. Um, so we're doing standard visitation, which has terms for if you live within 100 miles, where you can visit every other weekend, or over 100 miles, where you visit once a month. Obviously, Mr. Wattis, you do not live here, so it's up, we're only expecting you to do once a month. But should you choose to move back to the DFW in the future, you can exercise the more visitation. But obviously, it's going to be pretty expensive to do visitation. Even at once a month, it's going to probably be pretty expensive to do visitation there. So that's what we're doing for that part. Since y'all
There's
don't live in
no.
the same area, I'm not answering questions. I'm giving my ruling. So since y'all don't live in the same area, there's no reason for Ms. Hernandez to live in the DFW area under a geographic restriction, because that's really reserved for people that live in both. You live in the DFW area and you don't. Child support's $490 a month. Medical support's $156 a month. The state of Texas providing medical insurance since y'all don't have insurance available for the child. Court cost bill to Mr. Wattis. Conservatorship's very easy. Y'all don't live in the same state. I don't know why we got to argue about that one. But again, y'all don't live here. It's going to be pretty hard to make decisions together. So I'm appointing Mr. Hernandez to be a sole managing conservator. If you were both here in the DFW area, I probably would have granted joint managing. But being that y'all don't live in the same area, not even close, there's no reason for us to have joint managing. Okay, regardless of any other issues. So we're doing sole managing for conservatorship so that Mr. Hernandez can make decisions regarding the child, regarding medical and educational decisions. As far as retroactive support, the starting number was $3,430. I subtracted a credit of $564, which was all the payments you read out to me, Mr. Wattis, since October of 2024. So your balance after that is $2,866. Of course, as I explained earlier, you don't owe anything from before that date. So this is just only from October 2024 to present. And then this will be the final number. So we're not going to go back and look at the prior numbers, but just assume that it was zero before that. And then I give you credit for the payments you told me about, even though I didn't see any receipts. So you owe $2,866 for back child support. You need to pay that at $30 a month. And they'll send out a withholding order if you're employed. You need to let the Attorney General's office know where you're employed so they can send out a withholding order. They'll send them instructions specifically of how much they're supposed to take out of each paycheck. All right, I hope y'all can work on communication. No, I guess y'all have another child on the way, I guess is what I think I understood, or
It's not his kid.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
well, good. Okay. I was gonna say that's gonna be another another thing y'all gotta deal with is coming back again in the future. But okay. Then this will be a final order. And so we shouldn't have a need to come back unless something changes.